Evening, everybody. This is a response to Nelson Militia. I was looking in old Black's Law. I know the two main ones you were looking for were uphold and enforce. Well, I'm going to start be a little disappointed in me here, but let's take a look here. There's UP. We've got upkeep, uplands, uplifted hand, upper bench, upper price, and then we go to UR. Uphold, unless I'm having a serious brain fart, it's not in this book. So, but I do have a couple other ones to go over with. I will jump in here real quick if I can find it. There we go. There's enforce. Alright. There we go. To enforce. To put into execution. To cause to take effect. To make effective. As to enforce a particular law, a writ, a judgment, or the collection of a debt or fine. To compel obedience to. Well, I do believe that last one's pretty interesting. Now, we always talk about justice and things of that manner. Grab that piece of paper that just fell out of here. Alright. This is a Latin root word. See if I can get this to focus. Maybe it's not going to. Can I get it a little closer in? See if it'll focus here on me real quick. No, it's not going to do it. Alright. Well, jus. It is Latin. In Roman law, it means right, justice, law, the whole body of law. Also a right. The term is used in two meanings. The first is jus, meaning law, considered in the abstract. Oh, now it wants to focus. That is, as distinguished from any specific enactment, the science or department of learning, or quasi-personified factor in human history or conduct or social development, which we call, in general sense, the law. Or it means the law taken as a system, an aggregate, a whole, the sum total of a number of individual laws taken together. Or it may designate some one particular system or body of particular laws, as in the phrases jus civile, jus gentium, jus praetorium. 2. In a second sense, jus signifies a right, that is, a power, privilege, faculty, or demand inherent in one person, an incident upon another, or a capacity residing in one person of controlling with the assent and assistance of the state the actions of another. This is its meaning in the expressions jus in rem, jus accrescendi, jus possessionis. It is thus seen to possess the same ambiguity as the word droit, recht, and right. within the meaning of the maxim that ignorantia juris non excusat. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. I believe we've heard that one before. The word jus is used to denote the general law or ordinary law of the land, and not a private right. Some further meanings of the word are an action, or rather, those proceedings in Roman action which were conducted before the praetor. Power of authority, sui juris, in one's own power. Independent, alieni juris, under another's power. The profession, ars, or practice of the law. Jus ponitur pro ipsa arte, a court or judicial tribunal. Locus in quo reditur jus. So that is one of the root words taken from Latin for the next word. And that is justice. To do justice, to see justice done, to summon one to do justice. Justice, I believe, is what we are all looking for. And now, as you look down this, we have the Justice Department, Justice and Iron, Justice Mints, Justice of the Peace, Justicer, Justice's Court, Justice's Courts, etc., etc. We don't necessarily, I think, in our way of thinking anymore, we don't see justice being performed properly, because how many different situations do we see on a daily basis where the law is not justifiably enforced? All right, let's go ahead and do liberty here real quick. Here we go. Freedom, exemption from extraneous control, freedom from all restraints except such as are justly imposed by law. See, there we go, justly imposed by law. Freedom from restraint under conditions essential to the equal enjoyment of the same right by others. Freedom regulated by law. The absence of arbitrary restraint, not immunity from reasonable regulations and prohibitions imposed in the interest of community. And there we go, blah, blah, blah. And now we have more of these court documents. But here it even says in this, the power of the will. That means your freedom of choice. To follow the dictates of its unrestricted choice, and to direct the external acts of the individual without restraint, coercion, or control from other persons. Do we see that anymore? Obviously, I think we can all argue that that doesn't really happen anymore. The word liberty includes and comprehends all personal rights and their enjoyment. It embraces freedom from duress, freedom from governmental interference in excise of intellect, information of opinions in the expression of them, and in action or inaction dictated by judgment. But see, now it says it's dictated by judgment, but that pretty much sounds like the First Amendment. They just went ahead and worded it different. So I guess my thing is, I could go through this book and I could read you every definition in it. I'm going to stress, yes, we should know what it is we're talking about. Or else, when you argue with a fool, it is hard to tell the difference between the two when standing far away. But the time is growing short, in my opinion. I've been kind of enjoying my time away from this YouTube. Been on it watching some other videos, watching how the world is just eating itself. I mean, if you watch the news, you'd believe that everything's over with. But I don't believe that's the case just yet. Keep trying to wake up your friends and neighbors. But start preparing yourself for when those friends and neighbors may turn on you. Because you just never know anymore. They're going to use every option at their disposal. I got another one coming out about that. Hope this helps, Nelson Militia. And if it doesn't, tell me it was no good and I'll try and put a better one together. Everybody, until the next time, God bless, be good, be safe.